All right, well, good afternoon, and I want to thank both you for agreeing to participate in this employer Q&A session. So today we have Lauren Saccone. She's a director of recruitment and selection with Northwestern Mutual, and we also have Caitlin Stott. She's the director of campus recruitment and development with Northwestern. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you for having me.
So, and you guys could kind of go back and forth on these questions, but just tell me a little bit about yourself and your role with the organization.
Awesome.
Sure. So as George said, my name is Lauren, Director of Recruitment and Selection for our Monroeville firm in Pittsburgh. So I have actually been with the firm for it's almost 3 years now. So I started in February of 2018. I was a coordinator in our downtown office, and then I was promoted to the role in Monroeville. And now I just spend all of my time working on the full-time and internship opportunities for our office. So get to meet a lot of awesome people day to day.
Awesome. And I'm Caitlin. I run our internship programs. We have several offices in the Pittsburgh area. I work specifically out of our downtown office. I'm really passionate about helping our students really figure out what is their best career path and helping them grow. I started as an intern myself, so maybe it comes a little personally. But over the past 6.5 years, I've really grown to love and grow within Northwestern Mutual, from intern to a variety of different positions, which really stems from my love for the internship.
Perfect, perfect. Now, are both of you local to the Pittsburgh area?
Yes.
Did you both go to college in this area as well?
I did not. I went to Clemson, so a little bit farther away.
Yeah, a little bit further away.
I went to Westminster College, so around like 15 minutes from Grove City area, and I grew up in Robinson Township, so I went to Montour High School.
Okay.
So I am local.
Perfect. Now, I will say that Clemson is not one of our partner schools for the fair, but I know Westminster is. So perfect. So what do you find that employees and interns like best about your organization?
So honestly, I think there's two different routes to take in that regard. I think one is kind of the obvious, just a hands-on experience that interns find. Our internship really test drives the career as a financial advisor. You're coming in, you're really building your own financial practice. You're helping people, you're meeting with people, you're really getting to make an impact, and you're figuring out what you like and what you don't like. So you're being pushed out of your comfort zone. You're being, forced to grow personally, professionally, hopefully even financially. And so those are all great skills that students really get to obtain and grow and build within the internship to see if this is something they want to do after graduation. But on the more fun side, like I mentioned, I've been with Northwestern since my internship, and truly it's been the best decision I ever made because of the culture that we have. And I know it kind of sounds cliche and we always laugh when we say that, but it's true. There is no other work family that I'd rather be with. And we always find that interns build friendships and mentorships with their peers and with the other full-time advisors in our office. So I think the culture is something unlike any other that I've experienced, and that I think most people will find, along with just the fun events that we have among our 4 offices within the Pittsburgh area, as well as national events that interns attend throughout the year, company-wide. So it's really cool.
Perfect. Is there anything you would like to add, Lauren?
I would say that it's really awesome the type of transferable skills that you obtain throughout a whole internship program with our firm. Even things just about learning how to run professional meetings, phone calls, how to handle your own schedule and autonomy, that kind of, the balancing of, your calendar of personal life versus business life. and really just how to professionally network yourself and communicate with others.
Perfect. Perfect. So what do you guys believe makes your organization, in your opinion, unique from other companies?
So I think the most unique thing about us is our culture. It is very hard to explain outside looking in, but when you're surrounded by a ton of professional people that are very goal-oriented at the same time, it's just completely contagious. We're all very focused on professional development and growth, and also on a personal level as well too. On a national level, we are actually very interconnected. So, not only are we connected on a Pittsburgh level and we get to see each other and do all these fun events, we actually do get to meet individuals from many different cities and states all across the U.S. with us. There's actually this annual meeting that we have each and every year, and it's also in our summertime. So even our interns have the ability to go to this meeting as well too. All of our offices in the U.S. will shut down for about 4 to 5 days, and we'll head to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And it's just a ton of professional meetings, learning more about, nuances in financial planning and different things that you can sign up for and be a part of. But we also really highlight the client stories and our impact on really just the company, but also our clients as well too. And we just get to all bond and really build that culture up. So I think that that's kind of one of the most unique pieces about us, is the ability to be connected with more than just the Pittsburgh area as well too.
Wow. Now the trip to Milwaukee, did that still happen due to the circumstances now, or was that virtual?
Unfortunately, this year it did have to be virtual. They made it as good as it could be. It was still really exciting, and we were still able to do group activities on a much smaller level, obviously. Will Smith was a speaker, Brene Brown was a speaker, among a lot of local Northwestern Mutual speakers. But it's a huge deal, and it was still a really impactful experience.
And when you say Will Smith, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Will Smith?
Wow. Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Will Smith.
He has a beautiful home. He did the Zoom from his home.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That is impressive.
It was pretty cool. We've had some great speakers in the past, and it really is just a very unique and amazing experience that everyone gets to attend.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like it. What is something you look for on a candidate's resume or cover letter?
So I would say the biggest thing for me personally is the leadership experience. You can always be a part of so many different clubs and not participate as much in them too sometimes. So I think it's very telling when you're holding a leadership role where you're able to balance academics, maybe even work as well too, on top of being a leader and mentor for even your fellow students. So I think that just says so much in having that leadership type of role. But also just a ton of diverse work experience and backgrounds as well in your resume. It just shows how much you can learn from many different areas too. Many different fields.
Perfect. Would you like to add anything, Caitlin?
No, Lauren hit the nail on the head. The only thing I would add, and professors probably won't appreciate this as much, but at Northwestern, we are not major specific, and we don't have a GPA requirement necessarily. Obviously, school is very important, and that shows us that you're able to follow direction and take things seriously, manage your time well. But I think what we do look for most specifically is really just the outside involvement. School is awesome, it's great, but it's not everything. You also need to be well-rounded. So to Lauren's point, show us, work history and leadership experience or outside involvement.
Right, okay. So do you have any tips on what students should do? And I would say, more importantly, should not do during a job interview, and even participating in a virtual fair?
Yeah, absolutely. So The virtual world has been kind of a crazy spin over the past 6 months. And, we've seen a lot as recruiters and dealing with students each and every day. So just some tips that I would say make sure you don't do or that you do is make sure that you are in a quiet location.
Mhm.
Make sure that you're kind of isolated. You don't want people walking around in the background. You don't want noises from other people or things or maybe even your dog getting in the way and just distracting from the interview or the career fair or the conversation. The last thing I would really encourage you to do is to treat it as an in-person, as a normal interview or career fair. Get dressed up, right? These things are typically business professional. You want to look your best so that you feel your best and perform your best. So treat it as if you would be getting dressed to go to an actual interview or go to an actual career fair. You want to look impressive. This is your first impression, even though it might be virtual and this world is a little bit different right now. Those fundamentals are still very much the same. And I would just encourage students to treat it as if you were going to an in-person or much like, 2019 event.
Right. Perfect. So what opportunities are available for alumni and soon to be alumni, current students with Northwestern Mutual? You guys both
Certainly.
internships. What about full-time opportunities as well? Are those opportunities available?
We have a ton of full-time opportunities available upon graduation. Our large one is the full-time financial advisor career itself. So, typically in somebody who's in the internship, that actually is a revolving internship program as well too. So say at the end of a program, you like us, we like you, there's still an opportunity to continue forward up until graduation as well. But even on top of it, people who do not participate in our internship program, there still are opportunities. And it's the full-time, full-fledged advisor career. So much like the internship, but more, full-time focus.
Okay. And are the internship opportunities paid opportunities through Northwestern? They are.
They are. Interns get paid in multiple different ways through stipends, bonuses, and commissions. So the same goes for full-time as well.
Okay. Now, if there was a student that was interested in pursuing an internship with Northwestern, are there different tracks offered when it comes to internships, or is it kind of only like the advisor internship track?
That's a great
it's
question.
it's only the advisor track.
Okay.
But what a lot of our advisors and even interns do as they're in the program, they start to find that they enjoy working with a certain type of clientele over others. And there's nothing wrong with that. That just means that you're clicking better with that type of client, or you enjoy the type of planning that you can do for those individuals. So our interns and our full-time advisors, they will start to specialize in certain areas of the industry. So kind of they can start learning the nuances of that type of financial planning, and they're able to build better plans for that clientele.
Okay, perfect. So, again, I really want to just thank you guys, and I'm probably going to thank you 100 more times after this, but I really want to thank you both for participating. But what is one piece of information that you'd like to leave students and alumni with before we kind of end our time together in this session? Just kind of one little nugget or takeaway that you'd like to leave students with.
Yeah, so in thinking about this, just kind of overall, my one piece of advice is, as an employer, we're here to help you guys. We want to help you find your next step, whether it's internship, whether it's a full-time job, or whether it's just getting connected to a company or a person that might do something that you like a little bit better than what we have to offer at Northwestern Mutual. As recruiters, we have a huge network of other recruiters in different industries, in similar industries around Pittsburgh and elsewhere. So just use these events to your advantage. don't be afraid to come up and talk to us. Don't be afraid to reach out and tell us a little bit about what you're looking for, because you never know, one conversation might lead to your next job. I never would have guessed that my internship would lead to where I am now. So just take advantage of that as best you can.
Right.
Honestly, I couldn't agree more. I know that there are individuals that I have met, maybe like my first career fair ever, that I'm still connected with on a professional level, even to this day. So, it's amazing the type of connections that you can make, even if it ends up not being a right fit. But I think that also on top of it, just be as curious as you can. Ask as many questions as you can. Don't be afraid to ask questions either. You're interviewing us as much as we're interviewing you. So I think just asking many, many questions is the best thing that you can possibly do.
Well, perfect. And that was, two great bits of advice for the students and alumni. And again, thank you so much for your participation and completing this employer Q&A. And we definitely look forward to having you both participate in the WestPACS Fair.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to
Thank you.
meeting you guys.
We're excited.